I'm going to show you how to quickly get your linear actuator integrated with your Compactlogix PLC. And note, this is a non-motion Compactlogix PLC. Now, we have a long video that really goes through the details of how we're doing this and why we're doing it, but a lot of you just want to get this thing moving. It's just a cool thing to do after you pop it out of the box. Start by going to twcontrols.com/getting started. And here's where your instructions are on how to unpack your trainer and assemble it, some getting familiar instructions, and then we have our sample programs down here. Click on the sample PLC programs, and we want to grab the Studio 5000 program for Compactlogix PLC. Go ahead and download that. And then if we open it up, it already has our linear actuator in it, and it also has the add-on instruction. And it also has the structure for our add-on instruction that we need to use to operate our linear actuator. So let's go ahead and open up a new copy of Studio 5000. And you have a 1769 L16ER BB1B. And we're going to call this our LMC Fast. And click Next. And then this will work on any version of Studio 5000, but I'm actually going to use version 36 on this so I can talk to one really fast roadblock. It's actually not even a roadblock. It's just a warning that you need to understand. And your trainer has 0 modules. Now the trainer that I'm making this video on actually has 2. So I'm going to select 2 modules and hit finish. And then we're going to do some copying and pasting to get us set up. So let's go down to I/O configuration, Ethernet, and let's right-click that Ethernet module linear actuator. We're going to copy it out, and then we want to paste it into our new program. And if we open it up, then it'll have everything filled out for you. Now, your default IP address on your trainer actuator is 192.168.113. Mine is actually on 192.168.194. So that's the only change I'm going to make. And just by that one move, if we open up our controller tags and open up our actuator, then notice we already even have all our descriptions and everything in here. Now, the next thing we need to do is this add-on instruction, but I'm going to show you a super easy way to do it. Let's just go to our default getting started program that ships with your trainer. And in the LMC option, let's right-click rung 2 and let's export rungs. And I'm just going to stick that in documents and then go to our new program and let's open up our main routine and delete out that rung that it adds by default. And then right-click, import rungs. And we are going to go to that rung that we just exported and open. And we are going to get a boatload of warnings here. In fact, I think it ends up around 160-ish. These right here have to do with version 36. This has nothing to do with what we're doing. They changed the compare instructions and the move instructions. Mainly, we have no errors. But notice what all we're actually bringing in here. We're bringing in tags, add-on instructions, data types, other components. And if we click OK to that, we're ready to go. Now, this is the fast track way to do this. So you would not want to do it this way. You definitely want to see the next video, but I wanted to show you how to get going really fast. So we're going to go ahead and download this into our PLC, and your default PLC is 192.168.1.10. And if you need any help downloading your program or configuring your drivers, look down in the description. There's a whole course to help you out with that. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We put out new videos every week. And then we'll put it back into run mode. And the big first thing we want to look at is, do we have a solid I/O configuration? If you don't, chances are you have the wrong IP address. Go through the long video and I'll help you out with that. And the next thing you're going to need to do if you just assembled your trainer is you're going to need to home it. Now, we have to do a few things before we can actually home it. Is first, we need to turn our servos on. And if you actually listen, when we put a 1 into this box, then you will hear your servos kind of start making a little noise. And we have an OK indicator here. So now we're going to put a 1 into the origin. It is homed and ready to go. So now our jog buttons, as it sits now, should work. So we're going to try to jog forward. Now note, as long as you have a 1 in this box, it is going to jog. So you want to put a 1 in, and then a 0 in. I'm going to put a 1 into jog forward, and it goes up, and we put a 0, it stops. And similarly, we can put a 1 into jog reverse, and a 0 will make it stop. Now let's talk how we could do the auto cycle. So in order for auto to cycle to work, we are going to need to switch it into auto mode. Now, before we actually switch it into auto mode, we want to do a few other things. So first of all, we need a speed and a position command. So our speed right now actually is already at 100 from the previous one. And okay, let's go for 100 millimeters on our position. Next, we're going to need to tell it that the move is okay. We're going to put a 1 into that one. And then we are ready to put it in auto mode. So we'll put a 1 into auto, and it moves to 100 millimeters. Now we can come down here to our position, and let's put 300 in, because that would be the top of the actuator. And when we press enter, it goes up to 300. Now that's super fast. Let's say we wanted to go a little slower. Then let's go over to our speed. And instead of having a speed of 100, we can make the speed 10. And then we'll bring it back down to say 200. And when we press the enter key, it'll go a little slower and stop at 200. Now, there's a lot more we need to learn about the linear actuator, but I just wanted to do that video because a lot of you just really want to see that actuator move when you unpack it. And just to stress again how incredibly intuitive this YRG AOI is. Now you're ready to learn the details of what we just did, and there's some videos in here including how to program a basic pick and place system. Click here to follow us over there.